Right, okay, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I've got a news update. We're going to talk about transfers, awards, stuff like that. Basically, we're going to go through the main stories from the past few days. There are a few more sort of little stories what I would quite like to go through, but to be honest, I just haven't got the time. So we're going to be just going through the main stories. You know, Chelsea awards, Premier League award nominations, Thiago Silva, Fluminense, and their proposals, and also the Willian and Estevão news as well. So there are headlines. Let's get into it. So the Chelsea awards happened the other night at Stamford Bridge. Cole Palmer won Player of the Season. Cole Palmer won Players Player of the Season, and Alfie Gilchrist won Academy Player of the Season. I think all three incredibly fair. It's probably the three I would go for. Well, obviously, I'll go for Cole Palmer Player of the Season and Alfie Gilchrist Academy Player of the Season. Yeah, I've got absolutely nothing wrong with that. Obviously, what Cole Palmer's done, it doesn't need to be said what Cole Palmer's done for us. Absolutely unbelievable. And Alfie Gilchrist, he's came in, he's played brilliantly. Yeah, sometimes he's been forced to play out of position, but he's settled in fine. You know, he's never really looked uncomfortable, has he? So, yeah, hard to argue against Alfie Gilchrist. He's been absolutely fantastic. And it really does, excite me to see what we're going to do with him next season. Whether we keep him in the squad, whether we send him out on loan to get a bit more game time. It's going to be interesting because, as I said, he had such a brilliant season. So, yeah, looking forward to that. The Premier League awards as well. Player of the Season, Cole Palmer has been nominated. He's also been nominated for the Young Player of the Season. Look who else is nominated for both. It's going to be so hard for him to win it. Look, young. You think he'd have a good chance at Young Player of the Season, but there's still players like Foden, Haaland, Saka. I think Silva in there as well, possibly. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for him to have a shot both. Obviously, he's been incredible. I think he deserves it. I stand by. I think he deserves it. You look what he's done in our team, and you just look every time he gets the ball, he just looks like a fantastic player. I think, he's definitely going to go to Euros. He should be starting for England in Euros. Hopefully, in Euros, he can show what he's about. But before that, obviously, he's still got 3 games left with us. He's also nominated for April Player of the Month, and the rumours are he is going to win it. So he'll be our first Player of the Month winner since Eden Hazard however many years ago. So that's great. I was like, one's going to deserve it. In April, he was on fire. Just hopefully he can keep it up to end the season and we can get a decent European spot. But yeah, absolutely deserving Cole Palmer. The awards he's got with us deserved. The nominations in the Premier League deserved. You just can't argue against it, can you? So Thiago Silva, it's confirmed Thiago Silva will join Fluminense next season. Obviously, it was confirmed last week that he was leaving, and the expectation was that it would be Fluminense, his childhood team who represented 97 times between 2006 and 2008. However, there were a few rumours that it could be a London rival interested in him. Obviously, we know with how much he loves the city of London and stuff like that, it could have been on the cards, but luckily, it was put to bed pretty quickly, the confirmation of the Fluminense move. I'm happy for him. He seemed happy. It seemed like the move was wanted. You see all the press stuff released. You're just happy they're happy. So, yeah, it's great for him, I guess, to go back to his childhood team. So they won the Copa Libertadores. Was it last season? They've got Marcelo in the team. I think it was the first ever time winning it. Obviously, that is the big thing you could win in South America. So yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy for him. Happy for them as well. Because obviously, great to have him back. I'm sure. I mean, look, he still do bits in the Premier League, so I'm sure he's going to do bits in the Brazilian league. Yeah, I do believe I saw something say that apparently his sons might be staying with us, or they're in our academy. So apparently his sons might stay. Well, I think would be good for us because I've heard that apparently they're really good. So that'd be good. I know he did say his plan is to return in a few years' time, so I think he'll probably go out there for a few years and hopefully come back as a coach, because that'd be brilliant. And obviously he'll always be welcome because we all love him. He's a great player. But yeah, Thiago Silva to Fluminense, confirmed. And talking about Fluminense, Fluminense's president, Mario Bittencourt, has talked about the possibility of 2 friendly matches between us and them. This has come after successful talks to Thiago Silva deal, obviously, where friendship and fanship has been bonded. He described himself as a fan of us now. He'd say that he'd like one of the games to be in London, Stamford Bridge, you'd presume, and one of them at their ground, the Maracana, which holds 78,000. well, even more precise, 78,838. I really like this. I really like it to happen. Obviously, it's not going to be this summer because we're in America this summer, but maybe in 2 years' time, this would be great to happen. I think it'd be great for Thiago Silva. It could be a good celebration for him, for his career. Get, the credit he deserves for him team, two clubs that love him. But also, it should be great to, go out to Brazil, play in a massive stadium in Brazil against, an exciting Brazilian side, bring them here as well, play a game against them. I think that's quite an exciting prospect instead of playing, sort of the same old, just big European teams in friendlies. Nice to do something different, as well as this maybe means we could do a little Brazilian tour for pre-season. There's always so many talks about, pre-season tours, should they be really going across the world playing them? But if they are going to, every single year they seem to do in America now, it should be nice for it to change. If they're going to go do it, outside the world, why has it got to be in America every time? Why not change it? Go Brazil. Might be alright. Yeah, an exciting prospect, I think that is. And also, if we can create a long-lasting relationship with them, then that could have some benefits for us and them as well. So, yeah, I like that. The last one, at least, the Willian Estevão news. So this is what I say, as per Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea want to get the Willian Estevão deal done in the next days to avoid any surprise, Fabrizio tweeted. He also said Chelsea have reached verbal agreement with Willian Estevão on personal terms. Total initial bid, what is still to be sent, will be around €32 million, what is £27 million, plus add-ons. I've seen from other sources suggest the add-ons will be performance-based and could be worth another £20 million, taking the total deal up to £47 million. Apparently he is sold on the project and the idea of signing for us and playing in the Premier League. So if you don't know who Willian Estevão is, you'd be forgiven because he's a 17-year-old. He plays in the Brazilian League for Palmeiras. He's played in this season and half of last season, so sort of since the start of 2023. And in that space, he's played 33 games where he's had 14 starts. He's got 9 goals and 4 assists. So he's a very young player. We're paying a lot of money again for another very young player. But he's a player with a lot of hype around him. Very promising flair player, likes dribble, right his man. A classical Brazilian player, really. Obviously, we've got David Washington from Brazil, Angelo Gabriel from Brazil. We're getting Candre Paes from Ecuador. So obviously we're getting a lot of talent outside of South America right now. And Willian Estevão seems to be the next one. There's a lot of hype around him. A lot of teams interested in him. But it looks like we have picked him. It's a thing we've been interested in since January, they're saying. So, yeah, it's not a surprise. But you really just see him play. I want to try and see him play more. Obviously, you only see really highlights. I would quite, catch a proper full game with him to see how he is. Because he's very young. It's hard to judge when they're so young. But I wonder if we do sign him, what's going to happen with him? Does he go out on loan? Do we keep him? Look at people like David Washington. He just was sat on the bench the whole season. Hasn't really done much for him. Is there an actual plan for him? Would he go straight into the team? What will happen? Especially in winger position or potentially behind the striker as well, where we are sort of packed right now. So, very, very interesting player. Very, very interesting approach. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what happens with him. I've been very sceptical. I haven't been sceptical. I've been critical of some of the signings of these young Brazilian players or South American players in the past, where we're having to get rid of our own academy products to sign them. But I've got nothing against the players. It's just the way the board's gone about it. The actual players themselves, they seem to be, a lot of them seem to be very, very good. But straight away we're buying him for £27 million. It's a lot of pressure. So yeah, that is it for today then. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try and keep the videos coming. Right now, a bit of a busy time, but we'll keep it coming. Hopefully, only 3 games after the season now, so it's crunch time. But it's also because there's 3 games after the season. There's going to be more transfers coming out. So there's a few small stories like the Thiago, there's the Williams, Manchester. There's some smaller stories. I would like to cover, but I just haven't got time. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.